What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more RA content. Last week we had Gargamel vs Maverick, and I kept calling Maverick Radical Centrist, but it was a fantastic game nonetheless. This time we're going to go back to another common matchup. It is going to be LuckyLuke dropping the C again, playing as Russia in his traditional green color, and we're going to be against Biasao again because these two guys had a fantastic game last time I casted them. Biasao going to be playing Germany in his blue color. We're on Stageira from Pink Thought, very much a Pink Thought-esque map. This is a really interesting Pink Thought map though, not a whole lot of oil decks. In fact, there's just the ones in the middle right here. You have a very weird, like, double mine expansion here. I imagine you probably naturally want to place a ref here, but I think you're better off placing it over here. Then you have a 4-mine expansion over here, but is actually like less than that since this is blocked, this is blocked. I think that's probably blocked. These three definitely blocked. Looks like this only has an output of 4. This put only has an output of 4, so I don't want to do the math right now, but I assume that's probably going to come out to like 2 ore mines. I know Pink Thought is careful enough of that. You also have a small one over here, which is currently blocked for some sandbags, so maybe a late game expansion. Very typical of Pink Thought to have like expansion over here, and then some very wide flanks in the back, which I do like. Very protected main base though, I feel like. Looks like LuckyLuke is going to push a bunch of rifles, ooh, and some grenadiers, so we're going to see some early cheese. Looks like Biasao is mostly ready for this. Maybe they've played before, I'm not sure. When I grabbed these replays, I just kind of grabbed them a long time ago. Just downloaded them and then said, hey, cast this at some point. Let's see how this attack goes. He's going to get onto the barracks first, which could be pretty good if he decides to just try to burn it down. But if he kills these 2 rifles, that'll be really good as well. Unfortunately, he's not going to kill him just yet. Oh, and he's a little bit slow there, but I think he's going to kill the barracks before anything else can come out. And now those rifles are going to come down, and now these grenadiers can take care of that power plant, and these rifles can kill this power plant. This could be a 5-minute game, and I could have totally cast this wrong, but this is some great early cheese fry LuckyLuke, and I think this is going to go well. If he kills this power plant, which he should, it's going to be very close, but I think it might get it. Yes, he is. That was absolutely worth it in my opinion. He is down 0 power, over 60. It's going to take him like a good while. Oh, and he is still building his war factor. Is he going to go for it? I mean, that would be a mistake. 1:16 of low power. No, he does cancel it and go for that. So yeah, that is a huge blow to him. He's going to have a war factory basically for free. He could follow this up with pretty much anything he wanted. Some flax honestly would be fantastic choice just to kill off all these rifles. Maybe go in and steal this oil derrick to himself. Looks like Biasao is going to try to do something like that. Go steal his oil derrick since he knows that LuckyLuke did not do that. So you have to see what he goes for with this war factory. Nope, he is going to go for an economic lead right now, which is totally fine as well. But then again, he does have 2 harvesters, over 2 harvesters, so probably the least important thing. And I feel like you don't really need that much extra eco here. I feel like going for the throat would be the better option. Maybe pumping out 1 harvester after a few flax would be okay, but I think he's going to be totally fine. Biasao is going to get this oil derrick for free, which is nice. So he's going to have a 2-0 oil derrick lead, which is going to also cut down in that economic choice for LuckyLuke. What does he go after this? APC? Okay, not a bad idea. The one problem with the APC is it's just going to take a little bit longer to get out there, and I'd rather get right on top of this. You know, if you can just deny this barracks coming out and just keep these infantry dead, then you can follow up with like some heavy tanks and some rockets, and there's not much to really threaten you. If you can keep this barracks pinned, maybe even kill it off, no more pillboxes for him, no more chance, and Biasao is dead. That is not what's going to happen in this game, it seems like. Engineer is going to run all the way into the corner and then hide in the back. Maybe we'll see a sneaky engineer capped, kind of get Biasao back in this game. We see some more grenadiers coming out. I think they're supposed to be in that APC. Yes, they are going to come back and rally there. Is he going to go for 3, 4, 5? I'm not sure. It looks like it's going to be at least 4. Looks like it's going to be at least 5. So we are going to see a grenadier drop. But again, there is a lot coming out here. Biasao pretty much has stabilized, but he is definitely pretty far behind. He's going to get his first harvester out, and there is going to be at least 1 APC, maybe 2 APCs coming out. Or a very quick MCV. I guess that could be do it. Nice. Oh, but this APC not on attack move right there. I kind of don't like that. If you get it on attack move, maybe he's just thinking it's scouting, cleaning up stuff. It goes running by a rifle. We probably think there's something in it. That would just be some big brain play. What is he going to do with these rifles though? Maybe draw out the pillbox, but I think Biasao should be smart. He saw the APC. In fact, he's just kind of waiting his army deep within. I think he'll be okay. Doesn't even need to deploy a pillbox for this. I think he can deal it with just the rifles. Although, there is not a lot of rockets here. Oh, needs to get away. Barely gets away. Pillbox does deploy. That actually probably couldn't have gone worse for LuckyLuke. I think maybe he tried to draw this stuff out, but there was just too much there. Try to use the pillbox to get some crushing, maybe some armor. possibilities. But no, Nako looks like an engineer did get killed by Biasao down here. I don't think LuckyLuke had an engineer. Maybe I missed it. But now this APC is just going to look like it's going to go repair, then kill up some scouts. That's a lot of HQ. Ranger finally coming out for Biasao and an SD. But I think LuckyLuke has already expanded. And he is going to get that ref out. Thought he was broke for a second. Look, he's fixing that rally point on his War Factor as well with a heavy tank out as well. Oh, drive right by that rifle, does not get squished. Luckily, he has enough armor, does not instantly die. Oh, and unfortunately, these Grenadier is going to go into this random rifle, and he's going to get up to elite very quickly, I think. And yes, he goes up to 1, but not elite, unfortunately. HC is going to get repaired, that is nice, and it's probably going to go kill a bunch of these rival scouts, which is great. LuckyLuke moving out with 1 heavy tank. Meanwhile, Biasao probably just now getting that MCV out, and yes, it is just about is. Gonna get out in just 3 seconds here. I'm gonna go down to the south, I imagine. Ooh, this 1 rifle is nicely screening for it already. Biasao is definitely stabilized. Early attack there did not stop there. Ranger just missing the block on the deploy right there, but that could be good for Biasao. He could decide to go up here and steal his way from LuckyLuke since he knows there's nothing there. Not a bad idea, I don't think. Getting this MCV there, he can also just freely move this MCV down here after this expansion when it deploys. APC clean up those scouts on the back. This Ranger is going to barely miss the scouts so far. Flame Tower coming out of here. I think if I'm Biasao, I want to deploy all the way up here. Maybe crawl around. Maybe drop a ref right here and then move right there. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that heavy tank just kind of announcing that it is destroying a bunch of stuff. And Biasao being smart, bringing an army with this MCV. He's going to see this army with the Ranger. Probably, yes, he definitely does see it now. See that it is waiting there. That is great. That means he can decide when he wants to take this engagement. Maybe try to rotate around or just take it from the front. I mean, this heavy tank not in the back or not in the front, so taking it from right here will be fine. Just make sure he sets up a proper concave. Unfortunately, not setting up a proper concave, but I think it will be good enough. Although he is going to lose this tank for sure. This one's going to get in there just in time. Oh, and I like this from the Ranger. Just going to prone these guys a little bit. Chip them away if he can. Oh, but LuckyLuke bringing down the MCV already. That is nice. And there's going to be a stalemate over there on the top. Oh, and a little detachment here does find its way into the base. Gets the SD. That is a nice little win for LuckyLuke. He is playing a really good game so far. Heavy tank also focusing on that harvester. Biasao is not done just yet. He is still pushing on this side, using his MCV as a tank. You don't see that quite often. 2 heavy tanks coming in here in the bottom. Actually might get this harvester. That could be a problem. LuckyLuke is going to force that MCV all the way back across. Ranger going to take some damage to it. Yes, these 2 heavy tanks going to kill a harvester right there. That is great. They need 1 more burst. Oh no, did they lose track of it? I think they did. But I think it might get away. It's going to get away just fine. These guys still somehow here. What are they doing here? LuckyLuke still has this. Just needs to push this army over here so he kills those harvesters. That would be great. It looks like... Oh man, this heavy tank just kind of poking around. Barely missing the low health one over there. Single light tank doing some poke to this harvester. That's probably not good for Biasao. It's going to cue LuckyLuke into, yeah, I should just move this army forward. Get a bunch of free stuff. But Biasao, on top of it, going to move his harvesters away. At least 2 of them. This one, unfortunately, not part of the select group, does get instantly brought down. Oh, but what do we have here? A little counterattack from Biasao with the support of the Ranger. Not losing the Ranger, which is important. And that is a lot of heavy tanks free for the taking. Sells off the SD instantly. I disagree with that. I feel like you gotta let that one get killed by your opponent just so you can pump out some more assets in the meantime. And now the Ranger did see that there is still an expansion here, so... Looks like Biasao is going to decide to go over there, but now there is a flame tower. He'll have to get those tanks into position. But I think he is in a great position. LuckyLuke rotating his entire army on this right side away, just as he forms an army on that side. And these heavy tanks in the back did get that low health harvester. Probably going to get another one. Same time, LuckyLuke is probably going to lose his MCV. And that is going to be a problem for him. This is an expansion MC that he really needs. This one over here is kind of lost in no man's land. And Biasao is pushing over there, so what is going to go on this game? I don't know. Sells off the ref and the MCV and loses the ref over there, but another harvester is going to go down over there. Meanwhile, Biasao is pushing in here the middle and an MCV. LuckyLuke has a lot of stuff here, and it's all going down with a great concave from Biasao. Just needs to keep pushing here, keep these tanks in front. Fortunately, they kind of stopped and sputtered out a little bit. What is the economic situation here? It's 2/7. That is huge. If Lucky Luke can hold on to this for just a little bit, Biasao will just get choked to death with no eco. But it is going to be very hard when the army value is 15/9, so he has to pick where he wants to defend because he cannot defend everywhere. And Biasao is making excellent decisions onto this hack. This is up here, critical eco for him. More eco down here, but he does have a little bit over here he can deal with. Selling off the SDC, again, was not a great move. He could still be building heavy tanks right now. Instead, he's reduced to building APCs, and APCs just don't quite cut it. This MCV is his only MC as well, so if it somehow goes down, that could be really bad because he has no SD as well. This attack over here did get one harvester pulled off. Are there any more heavy tanks in the back of this base here, right here? I don't see any. Oh, there is the one. Is he down to 0 harvesters right now? He has 1 harvester. Oh my god. This is such a crazy game. It is right here in the middle too. It's on a very dry mine. Now looks like Biasao is trying to set up to go in here. Does have a heavy tank tanking, or light tank tanking rather. There is so many flame towers, and there is not enough armor here. I don't know if this is worth it. He's still trying to push, finally backs away. And I think this army, barely missing that there's a large army over here. So, man, what a crazy game. Biasao really has to try to stabilize his eco right now. He needs to build harvesters and maybe move back his MCV or something. He's got 2 of them, so yeah, definitely should have 1 back here and just reestablish in his main base. But this is a very crazy game. 1/7 harvesters. Is he still trying to build everything? I think he is. He needs to cancel everything. Maybe, yeah, even cancel his infantry queue and just build harvesters and ref. Maybe even sell off some extra defenses or something, because 1 harvester over 7 is just a huge economic disadvantage. Lucky Luke actually going to find an MC right here, but I think it's actually a trap because there is just enough army here for this army to get wiped out, and then he's going to lose a lot just trying to retreat. Luckily, he does make a decision to retreat there rather than commit, because that could be very bad. Lucky Luke has a huge army over here. This could probably be doing something. If it finds anything, it's probably worth its value, except for this pillbox right here. Then again, killing these 3 barracks would be just good, because then that makes him have to rebuild that again. Light tank over here going down for Biasao. Every asset that he loses is going to be a problem, because he does not have the army to really deal with this right now. 10,000 over 16. But then again, Lucky Luke is just kind of sitting here, very slowly moving out. I think that could be a mistake. He gets this army engaged into something that could be pretty good. Probably not here. Really what he needs to find is this MC and the harvester. Don't think he realizes how much damage he's done, or maybe he has. We're not sure. It looks like he might be setting up attack here. There's going to be nothing except for a rather large Biasao army. In fact, that is probably the majority of his army. A little bit strung out over here, and 1 light tank over here. He's going to come in and see there's nothing. Probably kill off the ref, because why not? Not a bad idea at all. Makes it so you just can't transfer harvesters there. That will reveal that there is a big army over here. And Biasao, yeah, he could definitely tangle with that. Probably would be worth it. It's going to be a lot of his assets traded off, sure, but again, that's going to be a nice little quick economic boon. The ranger finally goes down. It does see that the army was retreating that way, and the APC goes this way, so you should have an idea that it's split. There is a rather big army from Lucky Luke over here, and if it goes in on this backside right here, gets power, that could be pretty devastating. Then again, being low power, probably not the worst thing in the world when you're on 2 harvesters, because it's just going to slow your build time down. But this is going to be a large chunk of his base assets right here, and this harvester is going to transfer just as this army gets there, which is unfortunate. Biasao is just kind of expanding here. This is great expansion. Getting ref out there will help him surely. Yes, these 2 harvesters coming in at the wrong time. Does pull him away, which is nice, but there is nothing here to stop this army, and there is a heavy tank to help like reinforce it. But no, Lucky Luke just content to kill that army and then rotate back out. Lucky this APC going to reveal the way. Oh no, this is bad. Going to lose an MCV over here rather easily. Maybe even the ref too. Pillbox gonna get some value, but not enough. And that is going to go down. Biasao is in a very precarious position right here. He has some sort of army right here that's tracking this down, but Lucky Luke has a lot of army. You can just see that it is ballooning in army value. 25 over 11. Harvesters are 3 over 8, so it's slowly starting to recover, but Biasao is just in a very stranglehold of a position. Anywhere that Lucky Luke wants to attack, I think, is a great decision. I hear the APC squadron coming in, finding another one of Biasao's harvesters, and it is not going to be able to get out of dodge. Being blocked by these APCs. Nope, it found a way out. It would be really funny if it goes down to the APCs, but I don't think they do that much damage. In fact, they're going to give up pursuit because they see the ref and decide to go back in. So he's just pulling him apart, not wanting to overcommit to anything. And I think that is working out for him. Lucky Luke even wrestling this away for now. Pillboxes are going to be a threat to deal with for a little bit, but He is just going to retreat all the way back, because why not? Because what is Biasao really going to do about this except for rotate away? And now he comes in at the bottom. Now this army is rotated out of the top. But so far not finding anything. There's only 2 rockets in this little army. I think he could deal with that. Oh, heavy tank is blocking off. That is good. If he'd be shooting on the war factor, that'd be even better. Now these harvesters are going to get under threat, and this is Biasao's bane economic situation here. Pillbox does go down though, and I think that should take care of it. His army is going to engage in this. But LuckyLuke will be able to rotate up somewhere else if he wants to. Definitely should be using this army. Killing off the old Derek is nice as well. And this heavy tank still blocking there, but there is going to be a rocket there that'll eventually deal with that. SD is here as well. That will be a nice little grab. Killing this SD, and then this MCV would be a huge break. It looks like the rocket runs away, even though it should be able to attack out of range of that. Not sure why it didn't. But yes, now the SD goes down. Does LuckyLuke have enough to deal with this? I'm not sure. It's going to be very close. MCV support is here as well, so I'm not sure. Maybe a mass crush could be good, but it's going to be very hard to tell. If he does not get the good crush there, it could instantly lose. Heavy tank forced off, and whatever was there was canceled. Oh man, but a lot of units getting trapped on each other and getting caught when they're canalized against that cliff right there. And Biasao is hunting this down. I think LuckyLuke has lost the advantage there, but he does have a huge army up here to recombine with, and I think that will be good. Also a heavy tank slightly, but it is looks like it's going back to get repaired into a random SD location. I think LuckyLuke is just playing with his food right now. Biasao is pretty dead, but can never count Biasao out until he says GG. He always has something up his sleeve. And I think one good engagement here, somehow, if he cleans up majority of this with this army, that could be all he needs to get back into this. Gonna lose power plant, but he's still barely above by 9%, or 9 power rather. And as soon as these pillboxes get killed, he will be more than okay. Oh, and Biasao is going to catch a large chunk of this army. I think if he keeps pushing right here, this could be really good for him. This could be the engagement he needs to get back into this game. Pillboxes just slowing down and everything. Needs to be careful he doesn't get canalized himself, but I think LuckyLuke is still in a really bad position right here. He's just kind of forced into this little narrow valley, and yes, you can see this is going to go very poorly for him. Biasao is going to take a great engagement there. Not terrible on the APC crushes, but not good enough. And Biasao has barely lost anything in this asset engagement right now. It is 16 over 13, and it was 25 just a minute ago. So this is the exact thing that Biasao needed. And now LuckyLuke is going to be in a little bit of trouble, actually losing the army lead as it is, which is kind of crazy. He needs to get these tanks moving, though. He's just losing a bunch of rifles for nothing. That was definitely an oops, but I think he'll be okay on that. Oh, and he did find a LuckyLuke MC over here, but I think this pillbox, or flame tower rather, will be able to deal with it, although he can't quite reach this light tank, and he can't undeploy this. He needs to, like, get an engineer in this ASAP. It's probably actually going to go down very slowly unless this light tank decides to run away, but it's going to take forever. Maybe get a flame tower out, and that'll force the light tank away, but it's going to be super, super close. He might actually lose this MCV. I'm not sure. Is there anything else coming for these players? No. It's just going to be, oh no, a low power Tesla. That is the worst possible thing it could be. Oh, and it just stops in range. It was so close. One more cell, and it would have been okay. Can't blame him there. It's just hard to judge those, but MCV is going to survive for LuckyLuke. That is pretty big. And now his army value is exploding again, 14 over 11. But I think Biasao is starting to stabilize a little bit. He did get this climbed up, and this MCV is moving back. Going to reestablish in his main base, which has regrown quite a lot of ore. LuckyLuke has this random army over here, which he kind of forgot about. He's very lucky that he catches just a medium tick over here, because that was in a straight conga line. And now Biasao losing some free assets over there, even though he shouldn't. LuckyLuke's still in control of this game, and he's up to tier 2, and he has another MCV over here. But his war factory is not quite producing, which is not good because he is bloating 6k, 7k now. That is a dire sign. Maybe he forgot to build something, or maybe he tried to cancel some D2s. I'm not sure. But he's going to wrestle away this middle expansion from Biasao, and Biasao is going to be still on the back foot, starting to stabilize just ever so slightly. Here's some more crushing. I think it was just a harvester right there. Light tank and its pellet gun, just going to focus on these harvesters. Airfield coming out, that will be great for scouting for LuckyLuke. See exactly where Biasao's army is. Know that it is in his main base right here, and then he could like rotate over here, kill this, do anything that he wants to, as long as he gets those yaks up. Or just build a yak swarm and just crush everything. Oh man, this light tank killing a rocket for free because the rally point is just one cell too short. Looks like he does try to attack move, but just as the light tank goes away, so that is unfortunate for LuckyLuke there. Lucky Luke really should be using this army over on this side. Wow, that is a lot of Tesla coils. That army is going to be safe from these light tanks and this little detachment right here. Unless they stop outside of the Tesla coil range, in which case his harvesters are not safe, and he needs to fix that. Another Tesla coil coming down because why not, but unfortunately goes low power. And Biasao tries to expand there, but hello, Lucky Luke is completely there. There is a light tank just kind of running and scouting. Tesla coil zapping and radar up here. Tier 3 would be pretty good. That would definitely just choke the life out of Biasao even more, but you know, as it stands right now, army values are pretty close. Sword loss is definitely in Biasao's favor. Economy is 6/10. I feel like earned is definitely in Lucky Luke's favor. 4 airfields right now, so that is going to be a big air transition, which is not a bad thing at all since no, he is up to tier 2, so he does have to worry about some AA guns. But again, Yaks are just pretty good. We have some rocket on rocket violence, but there is 2 rifles for Biasao right there. Tesco coming down. Oh, does not shoot on the harvester, but that is going to lock out the rest of that ore from Biasao. He needs to rotate that away, and he does indeed. I keep thinking this is like a big line of infantry, but it's just a airfield thing. 5 Yaks already on the field, I'm pretty sure. Already scouting, and I hear that pellet gun going off somewhere. Finding more harvesters just kind of harass, but Lucky Luke is ballooning in army value again, but actually not as bad as I expected. Like I've said, ballooning a lot. Ooh, there is an artillery right here as well. You gotta miss its first shot, but it is gonna trigger the Yak to come in. I think this Yak is definitely gonna get it, and goes down. Does not get the good crash, but is what it is. I think if Lucky Luke just gets some armor in front of this, he'll be okay. He does have 4 Yaks, which can help, but this is a lot to deal with. Like, this is a big snowball over here, and there's an army over here for Lucky Luke that has been doing nothing for a long time now. The Yaks are kind of coming in the back and try to get a good angle, and I think they're going to get a good angle, but again, I'm not sure this is going to be enough. The Yak crashes were pretty good on top of it, but it is not enough. He's going to lose a lot of assets here, and this army slowly coming in now is probably going to get eaten up by this. There is 2 tanks left, one of them heavily wounded, but they are still going, still kicking. This MC is now under threat, and this army is a little bit idle for what it needs to be doing. More Yaks coming in, instantly getting shot down. Another tank comes in. Finally, all the tanks are down for Biasao. He's barely going to hold on to this expansion. Biasao sounding the retreat, losing the majority of his army. This one paratrooper actually probably going to get everything there. Getting 2 rockets would be huge. Oh, and he just misses out on the last rocket. And that pellet gun's still going off over here. Not quite getting a harvester just yet. 6,000, 7,000 over 15, so that is double the army value. Lucky Luke has it in the bag. I feel like this MCV is pushing off into the corner, trying to get around here, trying to get around the Tesla coil, but there is a random technician that is blocking that. That would be really funny if he ends up seeing this, or if this MCV just dies because of the Tesla coils. That would be unfortunate. But he's going to try to push through here, maybe. But, I mean, that is a lot to deal with. 1 artillery is probably what he needs. Just don't think he can spare any expense right now. Lucky Luke a little bit on the passive side right here. He's got this big army, could definitely be pushing in. He has MiGs out right now, so it's like he is just once again kind of playing with his food. I think he knows he's got Biasao in a pretty bad position. Whatever got placed right there, I think it was a turret, instantly got burst, got 1 shot off. A little flank detachment here, gonna come all the way down. This 1 light tank is gonna get dealt with. Thank you. Tired of hearing the little pellet shots, but hello, here is a big attack from Biasao. This is pretty much all of his army. In fact, I think it is all of his army except for this little attachment right here. Not getting too much. Oh man, tank transition. As long as it doesn't go straight in, which it looks like it's doing, it should be okay. It needs to kite away, and I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that is probably not what Biasao wants to see tier 3. I think if I saw that, I would probably just GG out of this game, because I think this game is over, but not quite just yet. Oh, random detachment over there, not getting a harvester, but causing some friendly fire. Nice little flank over here by Luke, because he finally did remember that he had an army over here, pushing off those harvesters. Where does Biasao go from here? He's got an army pushing on him here, he's got an army pushing here. There's a little flank over here, not getting anything, unfortunately, just 1 rocket. I think maybe some other ones got killed by that pillbox. Getting cleaned up with his army over here. Luckily, once again, has a huge army just rolling right into the middle of his field. I think this army could be a problem. I don't think he has Tesla coil, or not Tesla coil, ICF, no, but paratroopers already. His army just sitting there, but looks like Biasao might have an idea of where it's at. I think there was a scout here that will kill it. Nicely going down here. Seeing there's a rifle, probably gonna see there's nothing else. He might lose this unless these two armies combine. Oh no, sneaky MC from Biasao going down to the 4 MiGs because of course there's gonna be 4 MiGs from LuckyLuke. I think he's probably like most of the MiG usage that I've seen on my channel. One more round on the Harvester. No, it went down anyways. This army is gonna get collapsed upon and cleaned up, which is nice, but it is 33 over 18k. Fortunately, LuckyLuke can afford to lose it. This army is gonna go in. Not much here, just Harvesters all over randomly. MC over here, probably under threat from a single mammoth tank. You don't see that too often, but definitely is going to be. And the mammoth tank is going to take out that pillbox relatively quickly. There's something else ready for Biasao over here, but I don't know if he really wants to deploy it right there. Oh, artillery in perfect position and pillboxes on the backside. It's our army not finding what it wants at all, just kind of getting caught between a rock and a hard place. And all of it's going to go down to the artillery right there. MC does get a dodge from that mammoth tank, which is nice, but the 4 MiGs are back up, and I'm sure they are going to go Harvester hunting as soon as they want to. Paradrop over here as well, going to be super annoying on those 2 Harvesters. LuckyLuke poking in some mammoth tanks here. Got a big army here as well. There goes the MiGs. There goes one more Harvester, and can I see another one? Yes, I can. Goodbye. And they are out of ammo. That is going to be 3 over 11 again, so Biasao clawed his way back up from 1 to 7. Can he do 311? I'm not super sure. He's got a big army here, and LuckyLuke again being a real passive right now could be a problem for him. He actually probably needs to attack with more than just air on harassment of Harvesters. And now 3 Harvesters suddenly dying. Or no, sorry, it was 11. I thought it was 13, but it's going to be down to 9 now. A gun over here with an artillery is nice, but artillery is rotating all the way away. Maybe he sees these mam tanks. Maybe he sees these testicles as prime targets. Unknowing to him, there is some mammoth tanks. Hello, right in your vision right now. Artillery are going to try to run away. No Iron Curtain right now, which is going to be a problem. These mammoth tanks actually just might die unless they get recalled right now. He has to turn it around, and he does turn them around. Gets lucky right there. I think these mammoth tanks will probably go down to these number of medium tanks, but they're going to take some damage as they go. Those Tusk missiles having the longer range is super annoying. One mammoth tank already down. Like he doesn't want it to come in. MiG's killing off another Harvester. Oh man, this is his last Harvester, and it is going to go down. Biasao has 0 cash in reserve. How does he come back out of this? He has to sell stuff. He has to stop producing. And of course, the random artillery gets killed. Tries to attack here, but LuckyLuke is there. I think this is his best place to attack, honestly. He has the artillery. He has the assets there, and there's only Tesla tanks and ram tanks. That is not super scary. Problem is he can't leave these artilleries alone and move those MiGs. Will pick them off, and they are recharging. In fact, all this armor has to be kind of actually in the middle. He has to leave with infantry, which is not what he wants with mammoth tanks. But that is like his only real big option right there. He has 0 cash. He's 7 seconds away from it. Maybe if he just cancels all those kills, he'll have the cash. 2 mammoth tanks just poking in, forcing the MC away. Oh, if he finds this, that could get him back. That's like, what? 110, 220, 330, 440, 550, 660. No, that's enough for a ref. MiG's taking some damage here, and he's going to find a soft underbelly and get a lot of these Harvesters. There's 1 down. Can I see 2? Yes, I'm going to see 2. That might be enough for him to poke out a Harvester. It is just enough. There we go. We are up to 1 and 9. MiGs are coming in now, though. Oh, taking some rifle fire. He's actually going to lose 1 MiG right there, but gets the artillery. Not a bad trade. Mammoth tank going down, but this war factory is his only war factory, I'm pretty sure. And it is going to go down. I think this army is eventually going to get away, too, because LuckyLuke is not really chasing with anything. He's got 2 mammoths coming, but he's got a little bit of army here, a little bit of army here, and it's very slow to engage. So once again, he is allowing a window back into this for Biasao. These mammoth tanks getting danger close now. One of them going to go down, I'm pretty sure. And there's still an artillery here, and that is the perfect spot for it. LuckyLuke is going to lose his army, and that is going to give Biasao a huge cash boost. Mammoth tank's going down as well, and now there is nothing to protect this. It looks like the war factor actually got sold off. Oh man. But he's back down to 0 Harvesters again. Luckily, he has enough economic boost here that he can get... Oh, nope, he does have an Harvester already, so... Yeah, these MiGs not doing what he needs to do. I think he needs more infantry, more tank, less Harvester poke. If Biasao comes back to win this game, I'm putting this squarely on LuckyLuke's like persistence in not finishing off his opponent this time. Playing with his food is going to spoil it, turn it into some botulism, and then you'll die, which is a painful way to go, I imagine. I mean, it's 16 over 20k, so the army values are pretty much even, and considering there is 6k in MiGs right here, I figure like they are pretty much even. Granted, some tanks alone by themselves are instantly going to get popped from these MiGs, so suddenly that army advantage is shrinking. And goodbye your last medium tank, but oh, he has one more right here. Oh, but will he get a MiG for his trouble? Nope, they're just too quick. Saying almost goodnight to that harvester, not quite. Oh no, leading infantry first. One of the two rockets going down instantly. Man, Biasao is struggling here. LuckyLuke is struggling here. This game could go on for a long time. He has an 8k slush fund though, so as soon as LuckyLuke wants to activate that, I feel like he could be good, but that's probably because he has no war factory. What is he building right now? A barracks? I mean, maybe. Would love to see some more tanks. Maybe some less MiGs and Yaks, but again, Yaks probably worth their cost investment, but there's so much infantry instead of light armor. I don't know where these tanks have been, but there goes your harvesters again. So what a terrible day to be a harvester driver for Biasao. I think they need to go on strike, demand better working conditions. It is a little rough for them out there. As soon as they're built, they're killed. And this is so annoying for Biasao to deal with. He has to hunt those down. Same time, an IC on this would be fantastic. That'd probably pretty much shut down this army, since it is nothing but infantry and a single tank in the back. Those harvesters would have a field day. MiGs, looks like they're rearmed. Would love to see them repaired. And you see he's trying to go onto that SD. That is nice to see. That MiG instantly repaired up. Such light armor with those MiGs. Despite coming up here saying there is indeed no harvesters left. And there's still no harvesters for Biasao, but might have one now. Yes, he does. Where did it come out? From a ref right here. You basically got to keep an army on this because MiGs can just come in. Maybe place an A gun if you can afford it, but that's a lot to expend in. Probably over here would be great since there's 2 mines and a lot of ore, but again, that's even more harder for you to deal with MiGs, and it forces you to keep an army back in your base. The MiGs are on the hunt. You're going to find a medium tank. Goodbye, medium tank. Honestly, they could just be sniping anything they want right now. Killing pillboxes would be good. Killing power plant would be good. And as I say that, he goes in to kill a power plant, leaving both of them heavily damaged though. Oh, looks like these BAM tanks were spotted. But I think he can just run them away, unless he forgets about them, which is totally possible. But I think this is going to be very bad for Biasao. He's going to lose a lot just to kill these 2 mammoth tanks. Those mammoth tanks, one getting down, the other one running away. Yeah, that is going to be a tough spot for him to deal with. Well, not running away too far. Good, good. And this one ran a rifle, going to target the mammoth tank, but now he's just chasing after. LuckyLuke having some great micro right here, just slowly running this guy away, moving it 1 cell at a time. He's definitely in control of this vehicle, and it is just getting so much value. All of these rifles still continuing, and it's just going down. He's trying to hunt this down. I'm not sure why he's losing so much. I think he could lose, honestly, all of this. Even the medium tank is not going to be enough to deal with this. Unless this tank gets forgotten about. Unfortunate. Gets up to Vetch C2 too. And that was a lot of assets just down. Looks like LuckyLuke was microing something else somewhere. Unfortunately, but... man, 6k slush fund, 3 over 11, 38 to 3,000. That is over 10 times the amount of army. That is insane. I don't think I've quite seen a game like this. And LuckyLuke up to eventually 2 on a big now. Just going in. Probably not enough to kill that war factory, but it's going to be pretty damn close, I feel like. Oh, he has a better target. Another harvester. Man. Back down to 3 harvesters again. That was his 4th. Not much power plant. Over here, exposed. Gonna go down to infantry as soon as LuckyLuke decides he wants to go in. I think he is just having fun with this game. Nice little chain walk of refineries. Reminds me of some good old ORA 95. See some asset sells off from Biasao, moving that MCV, because what else is he gonna do? I like that he is just not giving up. If LuckyLuke is not gonna finish him off with infantry and everything, he's just going to, you know, keep going. Oh my god, there's such a big yak flag. Just... there's some more over here. LuckyLuke is just, I feel like he's playing a campaign mission right now, you know, just building up. Probably gonna have some nice base coming out. You know, get some walls going. Maybe get some mad tanks going or something like that. Trying to maybe force the undeploy on the MCV right there, see if you can bait it out and then kill it easily. These MiGs just gonna go in for more harvesters because again, why not? It's the like their easiest target. I think unfortunately not splitting up those MiGs right there means he cannot get a second harvester. Oh no, he definitely has enough ammo. Goodbye. And to get hit the ore load off, which is nice. Oh no, and he flies right over the AA gun. 1, 2, 3 MiGs. Okay. Life is pain. Now we have the X coming in. Because why not? Goodbye your power. Goodbye your power. Goodbye your artillery. Are you gonna kill... Oh, more power. Okay. Yeah. LuckyLuke not happy that that one random AA gun killed his planes. He's just gonna make sure that Biasao never powers up again. Yeah, probably has enough to kill this MCV. Nope, they're actually pretty low. But he does have enough to kill the last power plant. It is 470 over 0 right now, so... Oh, man. This is great. This is one of those games that just, like... It's... Obviously, LuckyLuke's not, like, taking the super straight, and Biasao is just kind of screwed around, too. But it's just like a comedy of errors, and like I'm just losing a little bit of my brain power, which is fine. I deserve this for casting this. Oh, and I just fucked up my mouse. You know, it's just comedy of errors right now. Biasao is going to attack into here, and there's 3 mammoth tanks, and now there's 2 mammoth tanks. Then he's gonna retreat, and then the yaks are not rearmed, so they're not gonna come down. But all the rifles in the world are gonna go over there, and it's just flamethrowers and rockets over there, because if you have, I mean, flamethrowers, you could have rockets, or you could have shockies, because you are Russia. No demo truck, that'd be something. I'd love to see a demo truck in here. And this paratroop, almost gonna kill it, just rifles. Nope, harvester does get pulled off from Biasao. He's got 5 harvesters now, which is great, but he only has, oh, no, never mind, he is up to full power again, just 4 power plants. That's great. But the, man, that is a lot of yaks. And I'm really struggling to keep on top of this. Goodbye, power. Goodbye, power. AA gun, too, because why not? But goodbye, AA gun. Goodbye, MCV. Does have the SD and an MCV mobile. Well, he had an SD. And he probably will have an MCV. Nope, they're out of ammo. Oh, no, they could definitely kill that if he really wanted to. But I think he's done for now. He's, you know, he's just trying to keep Biasao in that position of 0 power and 0 economy for this entire game. What does the economic graph look like this entire time? Biasao is just like super low, basically the entire game. And the mammoth tanks are slowly pushing, and there's still no IC, and the rifles are still segregated. But there's some few rocket soldiers that are brave enough to like join the rifles. You know, they're I don't even know what that would be. Classist, positionist. Goodbye, rifleman to the rocket, or from the mammoth. Yeah, brain is like dying. We have technicians shooting at harvesters, and Biasao's harvester is gonna say, "What's up? You guys seem friendly. You don't shoot on me. That's nice." These mammoth tanks are probably gonna come in here, not get a harvester because Biasao is on top of that, just running away. That's good. I would love to see just the flamethrowers, just like march right down here. I mean, sure, there's pillbox, but you got enough flame, right? Biasao is going to chase down these mammoth tanks with little tank and rifle army, because that worked really well last time. And there's a lot of harvesters over here. That's great. And there is a lot of flax, yeah. Yaks, not flax. There's 0 flax, in fact. They're going to come in here, and I feel like they have enough to just kill everything. Killing a medic is a war crime. Don't do that. Good. Good on you. Good on you not committing the war crimes. Oh, goodbye, MCV. And there's that game. I probably should have put that on 200% for the last 10 minutes there, but LuckyLuke just absolutely bodying Biasao that game, telling him that this is my map. This is my Stageira. I'm out of words. I'm out of brain power. This is gonna be it for this week. I'll see y'all next time.